So today I wanted to talk a little bit about some stretches, 6 different stretches that you can do at home to help you with lower back pain or to prevent lower back pain. Typically, chiropractors will when you come to our office, we want to focus on what area of the spine do we need to move or what joint do we want to help you with, and we'll find that joint and adjust it in a certain way. Your job is to work on promoting that movement. So we'll help you move it. These are, areas that are almost impossible to move on your own. But you can at home work on stretching it and move and promoting that movement. And the more you do that, the more you help the area, the better the result's going to be. So I would like to review 6 different stretches or strengthening exercises that will help you achieve this goal. The first is a cat-cow stretch. Then we have a bird dog stretch. There's a lunge. There's child's pose, which is also a stretch. A stretch that will help with the glutes, a glute stretch. And finally, a basic plank. So the first stretch is a cat-cow stretch. It's a basic stretch. We've all heard about it. So the first thing you do is you'll get down on all fours. When you do that, you want to just kind of recreate the motion of a cat or a cow, and you want to stretch all the way up. You can lean back, but you want to feel it. Don't want to just do the motion. You actually want to feel it in your mid and lower back. And then you go the opposite direction and extend your back down. And then you flex back up. And you hold it for about 5 seconds each time. And you want to do that about 10 times, 10 reps. And if there's pain or if there's discomfort in your back that you're trying to work with, I would do it 2 or 3 times each day to help promote that motion. And gradually, you'll be able to see more and more improvement. The next stretch is lunge. It's to help your hip flexors. The psoas muscle and the quads are the ones that we're focusing on. The front part of your legs tend to be tight and will affect what's going on in your hips. So what you want to do is you go ahead and kneel down on one of the knees. The knee that you're kneeling down on obviously is the one that you're going to be stretching. And your other foot is planted forward. You want to bring your foot far enough forward where you can lean into it so that you can stretch those quads. And then you go ahead and extend back so that you can include the psoas muscle. You go back, and in the same way as the cat-cow, you want to go ahead and hold it for about 5 seconds and then go ahead and release or relax. And then you can go ahead and do it again and hold it for about 5 seconds. Again, you want to make sure that you feel the stretch, not just go through the motion. At that point, then after you've done it about 10 times, go ahead and switch sides and do the other side. And do the same thing. You want to go ahead and do lean into it and stretch back to be able to get those muscles to relax. So the next stretch is going to be the child's pose stretch. The goal is to also focus on that lower back. Commonly, people that come in or have lower back pain, they call it hip pain, but they're really meaning right here in the back, which is usually referred to as your SI joint or the sacroiliac joint. And the child's pose stretch will help stretch that area as well as a little bit higher to be able to increase the range of motion. Typically, your lower back muscles are going to be a whole lot tighter than the stomach muscles. Usually, the stomach muscles are weaker. And so this stretch will help focus on those lower back muscles. So what you want to do is go ahead, you kneel down, put your palms down, and then go ahead and just lean back into your lower back, and then bring your hands forward until you start feeling that lower part of your back stretch more and more. Once you feel that stretch, hold it for a good 5 to 10 seconds, and then come back up and let it relax for a second, and then go ahead and do it again, and continue to stretch. There's those of us who have carry a little bit extra in the front, and you might need to make a little bit of space for that, your stomach, so you can feel the stretch a little bit better. Next stretch I want to talk about is a deep glute stretch, in order to be able to help stretch the glutes as well as the leg muscles and into the sacroiliac joint, which is right in the back part of the hip. This stretch is commonly taught when you're laying down on the ground. You'll cross over one of your legs, and then with this straight leg bent, then you pull up on that leg in order to get that stretch in that lower back. Those of us who have a little bit less flexibility, I have another way of doing that I prefer, and that's where you find a bed or your couch or a table or whatever you want it to be, and you put the leg that is tight, or the side that's a little bit tight, on top of it, and then you just kind of drop down and lean forward until you can feel that stretch. And if you're doing it right, you're going to get a good stretch in your leg, as well as your SI joint, the sacroiliac joint right here, and then even into the upper back a little, mid back a little bit. So you lean into it, and then you can stretch it, and that, for me, that gives me a little bit greater stretch than trying to do it on my back. The next thing I'd like to go over is called a bird dog exercise. It's to help strengthen the muscles in your mid upper back, your lower back, the muscles that will attach right to the spine and then support the lumbar spine are oftentimes not very strong, not very stable. Those are usually weaker because we're sitting a lot, we're working at a desk, and we don't tend to use those very much. And so what you want to do is, again, you go down on all fours. I like to call it Superman stretch, but other people will call it the bird dog stretch. So what you want to do is lift up one leg and then the opposite arm, and lift it up, and until you go, and I would keep going up until you start feeling the muscles of your upper, your mid back start to tighten up. And then you hold it there again for about 5 or 10 seconds, and then bring it back down, and then do the opposite side. So you bring the opposite leg, opposite arm, and then you stretch those out and lift it up to the point where you feel those tighten. Hold it there for 5 or 10 seconds, and then relax. And you want to do about 10 sets of those each day in order to strengthen the muscles in your back. So the last exercise is a basic plank. It's the one that I like least because I can't do it for very long. But your goal is to try to strengthen your core as much as you can. If we don't do anything, the sides of your stomach will just continue to get weaker and weaker, while the lower back muscles continue to get tighter and tighter, and it starts creating more and more instability in your lower back. So what you want to do with a plank is you obviously go ahead and you lean on your elbows. I will bring my hands together in order to kind of create some balance for myself. If you can't lift your knees off the ground, then just do it without lifting your knees. But ideally, you'd go ahead and lift up your knees, and you just do it for about 20 seconds. And after 20 seconds, go ahead and bring your knees down. In some cases, that's too hard, and you want to maybe do it on your bed or a couch, and so you can do a similar kind of a thing and lift it up, and then it's not quite as hard, but you can lean on your elbows for about 20 seconds in order to strengthen your core muscles in the stomach and in the sides. And that's it. So those are the stretches that I would recommend. This is all based off of my own experience with what has helped and what will benefit people when they're at home and not at my office getting adjusted. Again, the more consistent you are with them, the better it's going to be for you. We can do it for 4 or 5 days in a row and then start skipping days, and it gets harder and harder, but the more you can create a habit in doing them, the better you're going to be. So go ahead and let me know if there's any suggestions, any questions, anything that you want to know about. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll plan on seeing you again next time.